Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Cine Sports Talk Network proudly brings to you the greatest podcast in the world, featuring Mellow Align, the Four Quarters Show. Woo! What is up, Align? How are you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great after that opening. I gotta admit, that was a pretty good opening.
Of course, gotta always do it big for the Four Quarter Show, especially on a special evening as tonight, after we actually had some sports to talk about.
Absolutely. I mean, we've had a hell of a night tonight watching these fights.
We definitely did. And what we're speaking about, just in case you viewers at home do not know what we're talking about UFC 249.
Yeah, we are. It was very exciting finally having some sports to watch. You know, we don't have baseball, hockey, anything. We have wrestling, but we finally have some UFC.
We have something that a lot of people like to consider quote unquote sports, even though, give the props to WWE and AEW, but whatever. It's sports.
So do what you do best right now.
Well, tonight we are doing a special edition of the Four Quarter Show. We're doing a 2-half NCAA basketball 4 quarters type of show. And then we're doing an OT, of course. There's always a halftime because, it's not the 4 quarter show without a halftime or an OT. So the first half of the 4 quarter show, if you haven't tuned in, we talk about today. It's going to be about a 20-minute talk about the UFC 249. The second half, we're going to talk about the Bleacher Report, all-time Madden teams, how we would have voted, and what we think about how the bracket went. So, Align, are you ready on that timer?
Hey, listen, I'm ready. Since today we have the special 2 quarters, it's going to be 20 minutes each quarter with the same time for overtime and the same time for the halftime. So let's set the 20 minutes for the first quarter.
Beep, 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 beep.
We know usually Mel likes to talk a lot of smack, so we
like to talk a lot of truths out there.
But we're going to start in 3, 2, 1.
So we got UFC 249. There was a lot of big fights. There was even a big fight in a preliminary card. And we'll start with that one, which was none other than the Cowboy Cerrone versus Mr. Pettis himself.
Well, I think before we start talking about that, we should let the viewers know exactly what we did today.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so to start it off, we started to watch the fights, and me and Metal love to make everything into a debate. We love to make everything into an argument, and we decided to put a couple bets on every single fight. There was some fights where we were split. There were some fights where we actually had the same pick, and the winner got to watch the loser of every fight take a shot. All right, so that's what we did before.
A shot of green apple whiskey, which was cooled because a warm one of those you don't want to be taking.
Was it whiskey? Green slime. It was a shot of something, and that's what
green
happened.
Slime, like we were in Slime Time Live with Dave Vaser just pouring it on us.
And
shout out Dave Vaser.
As usual, I was winning, and for the last, you know what? Yes, I was up, and on the last one, it was double or nothing. The last fight was 2 shots. I'm not going to tell you who
You're getting ahead of ourselves.
I'm not going to say what happened. I'm just saying the last one was a double shotter to, pick an actual winner, because we can't end it with a tie. This is 4 quarters. There's no such thing as a tie.
Nope.
There's a winner and there's a loser. If you draw, you're a loser. And in 4 quarters, there's only winners. All right, so now that you know what we did before every fight, now let's start talking about it.
So to the first fight, we had none other than Anthony Pettis versus Donald Cowboy Cerrone. That was the main event of the preliminary card, which was baffling because that could have easily been on that main card.
Melo, when the fight got approved and that it was going to be in the fight card, I was already going to buy and watch these fights, but it just became more of a, wow, I can't wait to watch these fights because Cerrone and Pettis, that's a big fight. Pettis, a former champion, Cerrone, a former. These are just great athletes in a time where we needed good fights. And the fact that they weren't even in the main card, it was preliminary, was just out of this world. So I was even more excited to watch prelims, which, I mean, as a sports fan, I always watch the prelims, but this made me even more excited to watch the prelims.
I mean, it was a free fight, essentially. You just got to turn into your ESPN channel, and it was a free fight.
Absolutely.
Me, I thought, the old time Dusty Road was old Cerrone was gonna win this fight.
You did pick Cerrone.
What did you pick?
I picked Pettis, baby. Pettis. I felt Pettis was gonna win, and I felt that way because Cerrone came out from getting knocked out. He joined this fight last minute, and it just felt, I don't think he was prepared for the fight. I didn't think that, but then when I saw the fight, it's like he was for sure prepared. I don't know why I thought that. I just felt that Pettis was going to be more prepared to win this fight. He had more rest. Cerrone came into the last minute, and I'm a big Anthony Pettis fan.
No, you're absolutely right. However, the way I felt was Cerrone needed a win after that McGregor embarrassment and was going to come out. There was no pressure, no fans. He was going to, go out and destroy Pettis. And for the most part, I feel like he did. If it wasn't for, a cheap, poke in the eye that cut Cerrone, he would have won the fight.
That's not why Pettis won the fight. Listen, that's not why Pettis won. It was a quick moment. Pettis was already winning that fight, and it just happened. That didn't stop Cerrone from dominating that fight. He could have still won that fight. So your argument that Pettis won that fight because of the poke it's come on.
He had taken him down multiple times, and I legitimately thought he was winning the fight. I mean, even the refs, the judges called it 29-28, 29-28. He should have won that fight.
No, he shouldn't have. If
Pettis was
winning that fight.
There was a late poke in his eye that clearly cut him. And, that just threw him off. And even then after that, he went even stronger at Pettis and still gave him a couple knocks in the face.
I will say it wasn't even a fight. And when we were watching the fight, I was saying, man, this could be a draw of a fight. But I won't go as far as to say that it was because of the poke that Pettis won. Pettis was winning the fight. Pettis seemed, I'll give it to you this way. I wasn't upset that Pettis won the fight. I didn't see that. Even though it's who I wanted to win was Pettis because I didn't want to take a shot at that time. It was I wasn't lost or confused or thought, oh my God, it's so unfair. He won. He did well enough to win the fight.
He did enough with the
he did enough
with the cheap shot with that little asterisk in there. Anyways,
but tell me how they're still friends. Everyone was having a good time in these fights, right?
Well, that was the whole thing throughout the whole night. Everyone was like giving themselves high fives, shaking hands. I was like, what is going on here? Like, if I'm fighting you, trying to beat your head off, I'm not about to go up to you after the round and then be like, hey, man, you did a good job. You almost knocked my head off, but no, you did it. I would never do that. How do you feel about that?
I love the sportsmanship. I mean, I think with the whole pandemic, everyone's kind of just having appreciation of being able to fight. But I am definitely in the competitive spirit, and if I lose, I am a little sour when I lose, and I'm kind of a sore loser. So I don't think I'll be quick to just give a hug and be so excited. Ferguson was a good example when he lost at the end.
We'll get there.
Okay. All
right. So first after the first fight, we had a line 1-0 versus David 0-1 for a change. Next fight, we had the former NFL defensive end Greg Hardy versus the undefeated 6-0 Jorgen De Castro.
That was the first night from the pay-per-view. And I'm going to give a quick shout out to Lorenzo Law for sponsoring that fight so that I can watch it tonight.
Hey, he really did. Came through.
And come on. De Castro should have won. He hurt his foot. Did you not see Hardy's freaking leg?
Absolutely. I saw that his left knee looked like you were just beating meat, ground the meat on it. However, that's all Castro did. He gave him a couple kicks, and then after the second round where he did one kick, missed, and I think he hit his shin only with his toe, he was done. Greg Hardy was at least going at him, getting a couple punches, getting kicks in as well. Greg Hardy did what he had to do to win that fight. And, he might have been imagining that he was doing it to his girlfriend. But, he did what he had to do to win that fight. He's the villain. He did what he did to win that fight. And your boy, Melo, chose Greg Hardy to win that fight.
De Castro was going to win that fight if he hadn't injured his foot. We all saw how he was kicking his leg, and he was definitely winning that fight until he hurt his foot and he just became nothing. He
didn't even throw a punch. I don't think he threw a punch.
You know what?
From the second minute in that second round throughout the end of the third round, I don't remember him throwing a punch.
These guys are fighters. They come out, they fight, they perform. So if he was performing that way, it was for a reason. He must have been. He was for sure hurt to the point where he couldn't throw a good punch and fight the way he wanted to fight. But
think about it. Hardy's leg looked like ground meat.
Oh no, trust me, it was bad.
And he was still trying to throw punches. Castro looked like he just called it a day and was just like, I did enough to win the fight. But in reality, he didn't.
I don't think
he threw enough in the first round. But remember, it goes round by round.
I don't think that's what it was, man. I don't think he just gave up because he thought he won.
Called it a night.
I think he just couldn't do his fight with the injury he had. I felt he was just too hurt that he wasn't able to do what he wanted to do. Honestly, I don't think these are fighters, man. These fighters are out there to win. I don't think they're out there just half-assing it, thinking they win, and that's it. I believe.
No, of course, I don't think they're half-assing it. I'm just saying, I think Castro just kind of underestimated it and just was like, "Oh, I did."
I can see that. I can see him underestimating someone who was a football player, but I don't think that he just wasn't attacking because he was underestimating. I just think he couldn't attack because he lost the kick. I think that his kick was setting up some of his punches and stuff. So it just affected his whole way of fighting. But you won that one. I'm not going to argue that one. Let's go to the next one. Because that one didn't even count. How are we going to count that fight? But he got hurt.
So after the second fight, we had both Melo and Align tied at 1-1, with going on to the next round, which was Calvin Kadar versus Jeremy Stevens, which we both picked Calvin to win the fight, and he did not disappoint.
Didn't disappoint.
I'll let you take it. He fucking had a great match. Oh, my apologies for the inappropriate language.
What happened?
No, nothing.
Oh, that's what I thought. Once again, great match. We both knew it was going to be him. It was. I think Stevens had the best entrance of the night. He had some Pac. Want to throw that out there because
Pac.
That's probably my least favorite part of the night were the entrances.
He had Pac, and he came in with a tan. He was looking. He was strutting.
I think that's where we needed some WWE influence on some of these entrances because they were kind of boring. But Stevens came out with that Pac, and I almost switched. Remember, I was like, "Hey, I'm about to switch on Stevens to win this fight because of his entrance," but I couldn't. We knew who the winner was. Calvin came out here, dominated, had a great fight, and deserved it.
Absolutely. Calvin came out, even though he came out really pale compared to Stevens, he came out, he gave him a hard right elbow that knocked him to the ground, and then he gave him a left elbow that cut him right above his left eyebrow, like even a little bit above. And man, that would look brutal. Like it was just bleeding profusely. That
trust me,
the fight was gonna be stopped, whether if it was there or even a few minutes afterwards.
No, at first I was wondering why they stopped it because I thought it was, I felt that he could have gotten up, but the second you just saw the cut in his forehead. There's no way he's gonna be able to continue anyways. It was too deep. That right cut, the right elbow brought him down. The left elbow just finished it, and it was a great fight. It was a great fight. I really enjoyed it.
I think this was, like I said in my article, this was a Kadar's breakthrough fight. I think this put him up where you got to take him a little bit more seriously at his. I think he's what? What's his record at this point? He's
21-4.
20, like you gotta take him seriously at this point. 21-4. So we tied up in that one since we both decided on that.
Scores 1-1. He took a shot. I took a shot.
2-1. Next up,
excuse me.
It was 2-1. Each one of us, because I picked Calvin. You picked Pettis.
Oh, sorry. I was doing it because I totally forgot.
Total is 2-1. Next up, we got. In the heavyweight battle, we have Francis Ngannou.
Well, this should take 2 seconds, like the fight.
It should take just as long as the fight.
Just as
versus
talk about this.
Rosenstruck, and we both picked Rosenstruck, who was 10-0 coming into this fight to win this battle. And in 20 seconds, Rosenstruck, it got just not only obliterated. This man got knocked out to the point where he was being carried out of the octagon that he didn't even make the decision. That is how bad this was. He couldn't even just be okay enough to be his hand, not even raised, because it was not going to be raised. But he just was so bad they had to take him out to see a medical physician. That is how bad it was.
He wasn't ready.
We were both so wrong about this fight.
Yeah, he wasn't ready for this fight. He just came in. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not going to go as far as say he was unprepared, but I don't think he was expecting it. He was expecting that much force to come from Francis. It was just overpowering. Maybe it was a quick shot. Maybe it was just he didn't think it was going to be that powerful. But he got knocked out, and that was the fight. There's nothing else to say. He got knocked out first round,
and then it was just a couple of left, right that just got him.
It was quick. So we're still tied. It was actually it's okay. So why I was confused last.
At this point, we're 2-2.
It's got it. Yes.
You have two wins and 2 losses. I have 2 wins and 2 losses.
Yes.
So next up, we're going up into one of the first main events of the night for the bantamweight championship.
Yes.
We have Henry. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Cejudo versus the Dominic Cruz, who has been on a 3-year hiatus.
Dominant, he's
dominant.
He didn't dominate this fight. I'll tell you that much.
I thought Dominic Cruz was going to come in. His footwork, even at the beginning of the fight, his footwork, you can see it was not gone. He was moving. And I thought the Cinderella story was going to come true. I thought Dominic Cruz was going to come in, win, and then retire for good.
I didn't. I went for Henry Cejudo. That's what I went with. I knew he was going to win that fight. I wasn't even going to doubt it. Come on, that guy Cruz hadn't fought in 3 years? 2016. When was that time?
2016 December.
Who do you think you are, Jordan? Come on. Unless you're Jordan, you can't just retire, go play baseball, come back and win 3 championships. I knew he wasn't going to be ready for this fight. And what did my boy Henry do?
But the thing is that it wasn't his first time doing it. He had done it in 2011, came back in, I think it was 2014, and came back, did it, and won.
Yeah, you're right. And what happened with Jordan? He retired, came back, won 3, retired again, went to the Wizards, and did nothing. No.
I remember Jordan 3-peating. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you just said your boy retired once, came back, won, retired, and now he's technically in the Wizards like Jordan. But we're not going to...
Well, point is, that match was stopped way too early.
No, it was not.
Dominic Cruz getting up from the fights, and then I don't know why it was completely stopped. I feel like it was just the wrong referee.
Just because my fans know I'm not like Melo. He's right. Once he got knocked down, I don't think the punches were enough to call the fight.
He was missing.
I don't think
he was just throwing things to throw him.
Didn't have a good angle on that, and he called it just because of the drop, and it just seemed like he was knocking him out. But I believe he could have kept fighting. I think that he should have let it keep going. But I also had a challenge with Melo, and I didn't want to lose it. Okay, who the won? So and then he retired after. Is that real or
that is real? So after the fight,
okay.
Henry Champion Cejudo retired from the UFC. I guess he called it quits. Knew that he beat the most dominant bantamweight champion, which was Dominic Cruz. Called it a career, and hey, good for him. He went out on top. So I can't blame him for that. I probably would have done the same thing, but he went out on top. So props to him. So at this point, Mr. Alain is up 3-2. I am down 2-3. And we made this little wager where the main event, the light heavyweight championship, was going to be worth 2 points.
Yes, 2 points equals 2 shots.
Exactly. So at this point, your boy Melo is what, 3 shots deep?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, because I did Dominic Cruz, I did Rosenstruck, and I did Cerrone. So your boy Melo's 3 shots deep. Alain is 2, and this last match is worth 2 shots, plus the championship of halftime.
Wait, who'd you do? Because here all I have is
you. So Pettis won.
Pettis, that's a shot.
All right. Then Francis Ngannou, we both lost. That was a shot for me.
Oh, I get it.
We got a shot for both of those.
I'm thinking about when you lost to me. Got it. You're right. You're right. Because we did take shots each for the loss.
Yeah. When Rosenstruck lost, we both took a shot.
Yes.
So then the last round, main event, we had the number 1 ranked Tony Ferguson versus the 4th ranked Justin Gaethje. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. 4th ranked Justin Gaethje. And I had nothing else to do but to go for JG. And no, I'm not talking about Jennifer Guzman. I'm talking about Justin Gaethje winning that. Nope, we're going a little bit over this today.
We're going to keep going.
To win, upset Tony Ferguson, who did the mistake of going into this fight when he should have not, and just taking his fight against Khabib.
Listen, quick sidebar of what happened, okay? We both had Tony Ferguson winning this fight. I'm sorry. I know we had a little bit of an agreement. We both had Tony Ferguson winning this fight. But I told Melo a little deal, that if he went, for the other fighter, if he went for Justin, that we would do 2 shots for the, for the loser, 2 points for the loser. And he had to, unequivocally pick Justin. He had to pick Justin. That was his fighter, and he couldn't just go back and say that he had do a Skip Bayless if Tony Ferguson won, or just go back.
Respect Skip Bayless, all right?
No, listen. Nobody watches more Undisputed than me. Shout out to Shannon Sharp, and my boy Melo, he did well at the end of the bargain. He's not bragging about it. He's still with Justin, did his part. So I will say you did your part.
So, to my defense, what we were picking originally, you're right. I said, you know what? I think Tony Ferguson might win this. However, I told him, and he can confirm with me, that I said I would love for Justin to win, just because I want him to just disrupt everything in the light heavyweight championship bout.
He did say
Because
that.
now
He did.
Tony Ferguson, if he loses, he's not number one anymore. Now you're like, okay, who's gonna face Khabib? Is it gonna be Justin Gaethje? Is it gonna be Conor McGregor? Hey, it might be Miami's own Masvidal, who I love. I can't believe I just forgot his name, and I would love for it to be him. But although I don't think he's ready, but it just disrupts everything, and it just makes things more interesting. And with Khabib not being able to come over here because of the travel ban, it just makes it that much more interesting. So I low-key wanted Justin, and when it came down to the point, I said, hey, you know what? Give me Justin just because, I obviously need it. And I want it to happen at this point just to cause chaos. Because who doesn't love a little chaos?
Well, Melo, you got your chaos because now the whole UFC is wondering what is going to happen. You have Conor wanting to possibly fight Nate Diaz after some tweets, but there's a Mazarov. They might say he might fight him for the BAF title, baddest mother effer.
That's another one I don't understand. It's just a one-time
thing. It's a 24/7 title in WWE. We don't understand it, but it's a thing. Okay. And then now you have Justin winning this fight and Tony Ferguson, who he is a crazy person. I usually don't call people crazy, but Tony Ferguson is a crazy person. And I say that in the most respectable and honorable way because he's a crazy person in the fact that he can take punches like no one else. I feel Justin must have been frustrated giving these punches that have knocked out people. And there's a reason why Tony Ferguson was number one to fight for the title because he's that good. And honestly, I feel there should be a rematch. This virus is affecting all of us. So why would we assume that it wouldn't affect the fighter also? There should be a rematch for this fight. It was a great fight. It lasted all 5 rounds. And I think Tony deserves a fight. Tony's been in the business for a long time. People just walk past Tony. They don't give him the respect. But Tony Ferguson is a respectable fighter. He's won some big matches. And he deserves to get another title shot. But he deserves to have a rematch against Justin and see what can happen. It was a great fight. It really was a great fight. And not only is it chaos with him losing now, but it's chaos also because of the virus. Because just like there was a guy who just tested positive for the virus now, who knows what can happen. So every fighter needs to be on alert to see what's going to happen. But
you're right.
You picked Justin, and I'm a little...
You're absolutely right. I agree. You do not know what's going to happen in the UFC. And because of it, Justin came out on top. Exactly. We waited until right now. Halftime for at Align LZO. Your boy, Young A, has to take this shot because I am the reigning, defending, undisputed champion of halftime.
No, he's not. I don't get what that means. No.
Clearly.
So I'm not going to drink my shot because you just totally lied right now.
He needs to take that shot.
To our fans, I'm sorry because we're supposed to do a 2K match, but I was having difficulties with my internet and trying to set up a new home office /gym/gaming office. So we weren't able to do the 2K match. So we decided to make it into the fighting UFC match, which worked out perfect. It was a lot of fun. But he's not the undisputed champion of nothing at this point. We still have more things to go. But it was 2 shots, and I took one right after the match, and then I wanted because we just watched the fight, and now we're doing this as a special edition. So you guys are gonna watch me drink the green slime right now.
Show him the green slime though.
Yeah, it actually is.
Show him the green slime.
It's green.
There it is.
There it is.
Like you're at Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando.
All right, you ready? If anybody's from the 305, you're going to get this. Pa arriba, pa abajo, pa el centro, pa adentro.
And your reigning, defending, undisputed champion still stands because he knows sports. He is undefeated, untouchable, and ain't no one gonna stop him.
You're so lucky I'm letting you brag about this. You see, I lost. All right, that's how I am. I lost. I'm not even upset about it. I lost. Congratulations, Melo, on winning our special edition UFC. Next Saturday, we're going to be doing the same thing since we're going to move on to Madden after this and the NFL. We're going to be doing another Saturday night special because there's going to be more fights, and that's the only sports we have right now.
Stay tuned, my friends.
Yes. So we're going to keep it exciting like that. Maybe we add a couple shots. Maybe we do some other stuff. But, yes, that was our halftime. And we're not going to give any predictions right now because we don't know if fighters are going to switch or anything for next Saturday's.
Someone might have coronavirus by tomorrow, so you don't know.
Hopefully not. We don't want that to happen. But we're not going to give any predictions right now. We're going to do the same thing. Next week, we're going to join in. We're going to sign in, and then we're going to see our results and everything and do the same thing and be honest and true to ourselves as we always are. And if I have to, give Melo a handicap again, I will. But he won.
Just know in a week's time, Melo will be sitting on the throne.
Okay. And with
of
that
swords again.
Said,
for all you Game of Thrones fans, sitting on the throne of swords because of that lame-ass seat that they had on that show.
You see who this guy is? This guy's Daenerys. That's who he is. He thinks he has all these dragons.
I'm Joffrey. If anything, calm down.
Joffrey. In that case, you're gonna die soon.
The king.
You're not gonna last. If you're gonna be.
I'm the king. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. In that case, I'm Bran.
I am the king.
I'm Bran. I'm B-Dog. I'm B-Dog Stark.
Oh, he's Bran. He's just sitting there doing nothing.
Who's gonna know what's gonna happen? Nothing. He's the king. All right. With that being said, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Bring the next topic.
All right. So we're doing now the all-time Madden from Bleacher Report, the all-time Madden teams. They did a top 16 in the AFC, top 16 NFC. So we're going to go through this, who you think should win, and obviously who I think should have won. So first round, we have the number 1 overall rated, and I mean, no pun intended, Raiders versus.
You see, time out. I don't have that link. All right. So we decided to do this where I have not seen the winner. I have not seen anything. I don't know who the number 1 rated is at all. I don't know anything. So are we going to do it where I see that, or how are we going to do this right now?
I'm going to tell you, and you tell me what you think.
All right. Because you know the winner. You know everything.
I wouldn't say I know everything, but,
okay.
Your boy is all-knowing.
I don't know the top rank. So what I'm going to say right now, all I know is the Raiders are ranked number 1 right now and one of the – okay. But other than that, I haven't seen anything. I don't know the winner. I don't know what's going on.
All right. So tell me, what is it you want me to tell you? Do you want to tell you the rankings? Do you want me to tell you kind of like
tell me the rankings and I'll go to the team. That's good. That's good.
All right.
Go to
so
the
we
rankings.
got the number 1 Raiders versus the 16-seeded Chargers.
Okay. That's an interesting
all-time teams. So it's a bit of a toughie.
So who did you go for at first?
I was gonna go Raiders. I went Raiders.
Okay, I see. Okay, Rich Gannon's in there. Rich Gannon's an amazing quarterback, but they have him rated an 88. That's not too good. Their defense must have been pretty good. Okay, Charles Woodson, you can't go wrong with that. Charles Woodson's one of the GOATs. Okay, Ted Hendricks, pretty good. Howie Long, come on. And then
Bo Jackson, the all-time video game cheat code.
That's true. I don't know how I just missed Bo like that. but he did get hurt. So, I mean, his longevity wasn't that good. And then we have the Chargers, you said, right? Against the Chargers?
Yep.
Oh, man, my boy Tone. No, I went to law school with him. He loves the Chargers. Phillip Rivers. Oh, I love myself some Phillip Rivers.
Oh, you mean the most overrated quarterback in the draft?
I love myself some Phillip Rivers in fantasy football. You get him in like late rounds and he gives you great points. Come on, man.
No way.
Come on. And then you have the greatest tight end of all time.
Phillip Rivers was carried by his tight end and his running back his whole entire career.
Two of the greatest tight ends of all time. And then you have Latavius Tomlinson. Come on. And you have my man who has 20 kids, Antonio Cromartie. And then you have Rodney Harrison. Okay, I'm going to go with the Chargers one.
So, according to Bleacher Report, the San Diego Chargers beat the Raiders.
Yo, listen, guys. Listen to me. Okay, I know what I'm talking about. What's the next one?
Next up.
This is awesome because I don't know who the winners are, so I'm just going to keep guessing.
Next up, we have the the all-time Denver Broncos versus the all-time Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Chef,
are you drunk?
I'm just saying it for the folks out there. I'm just joking around.
Okay, so the Broncos against the Chiefs. John Elway, Terrell Davis. Oh my God, Demaryius Thomas. I'm a big Emmanuel Sanders fan, and then you have Shannon Sharp. And don't even get me started with the defense, because if you have Von Miller and Chad Benning in the same team, Chris Harris, oh my God. Okay, that's crazy.
We're talking about Pat Mahomes, the MV Pizzle, Jamal Charles, who went bananas.
Jamal Charles,
imagine.
I almost said F. How do you
just
not
imagine
say
Jamal Charles as
how
number
do you
one.
Not say Priest Holmes.
I'm sorry. Well, hold on. I was going there. I said Jamal Charles, and then you have Priest Holmes, and then you have Larry Johnson, who had the most insane seasons in Kansas City.
Damn, I see Eric Berry there.
And then you have probably, if not,
Broncos.
you have to have this man in your top three.
Broncos.
All-time top tight ends.
Broncos.
Tony Gonzalez?
Who won? I picked Broncos. Who won?
Tony Gonzalez. That's all I'm going to say. Your winner from that matchup is the Kansas City Chiefs. Yep. Tony Gonzalez. Do not sleep on that man. That's all I'm saying.
This is so dumb. The Broncos have more titles than the what?
I know you're gonna love the next one.
Come on.
Who's made more Super Bowls? Anyway, what's the next one, dude? We have, like I said, this is gonna be the bias is gonna be outrageous, and I can't wait for a line to come through.
Who are the Dolphins playing?
We have the all-time Miami Dolphins team
against who?
Versus the all-time, and I mean it's fitting, the all-time New England Patriots team.
This is so ridiculous because
I didn't make the list.
Dan Marino, Ricky Williams, Larry Zonka, Mercury Morris,
Chris
Chambers. Let me come on. Cameron Wake, Zach Thomas. Listen. Sam Madison, Jason Taylor, Mike Pouncey should beat whatever Patriots team. But go ahead. It's going to be the Patriots. Go ahead. Patriots. Go. We're on Patriots. Go. Patriots.
So, whoa. Say it again, what you're saying.
Patriots.
Dan Marino. So
I already said Patriots.
So you said Dan Marino over Tom Brady?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Well, running back, what are you saying?
Yep.
Well, I'm saying what running back?
Ricky Williams.
Kevin Falk.
You're joking, right? Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't first take.
So wait, what
tight end? To disrespect
what tight end? Name your tight end.
He's really comparing Ricky Williams.
Yeah, the guy who was out half the season because he could not stop smoking a blunt.
You guys listen to that?
So he was better off than Big Brother.
It's gonna be illegal now. Do you realize that? It's like
now,
it's so
not before.
Ridiculous.
Anyway, go ahead. What tight end were you talking about? I'm sorry, I couldn't remember. Exactly.
Go ahead, bro.
So Rob Gronkowski.
Yes.
Then you have Ben Coates.
So again, the Patriots.
I would have put Aaron. Even though people want to say whatever you want, I would have put Aaron Hernandez out there. You have Wes Welker.
The Patriots won. I got it. Next round. Come on. We're just wasting time because you just love.
Anyways,
like if your Giants will never win this tournament. So go ahead.
The winner of that round was
the Patriots. The Patriots.
The New England Patriots, because
it was the Dolphins. Because no one has an undefeated season. It should be the first.
Because Tom Brady won a Super Bowl when Dan Marino won.
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing.
Go ahead. What's the next one, dude?
We got the all-time Bills versus.
Oh, the Bills lost. Go ahead. The Bills are the all-time losers.
Oh, they went up against the all-time Jets.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Is it by divisions on this?
No, it just went. I don't know how the rankings went on this, but
oh my god, the Jets,
all-time Jets versus the all-time Bills.
Some Joe Namath and Curtis Martin, though. Oh man, but the Bills have goats. They do. The Bills have great players, so I think I'm gonna go with the Bills.
Bills, so you're going with Mr. Kelly over there, over Joe Namath.
Yeah, I think Jim
I must
Kelly,
say that's about it.
Jim Kelly,
no offense to any to Jets fans out there, but
Tequila Spikes,
your team hasn't been good for fucking years.
Oh, you're cursed again.
My sorry.
He's on a roll right now.
I really am. Anyways, the Buffalo Bills defeated the Jets.
All right, I'm doing pretty good right now. I'm not doing too bad.
Next up, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cincinnati Bengals.
Guys, I'm not even gonna Steelers
over Ocho Cinco.
Steelers. Look. I'm not even gonna start looking at Steelers. Just give me the results.
Ocho Cinco though.
Oh, we're gonna debate this. Steelers. Listen, I have 3 Ocho Cinco jerseys. I have a Chad Johnson jersey, an Ocho Cinco jersey, and another Ocho Cinco jersey with an alternative color. But that being said, that's not enough to put the Bengals. Steelers. The steel curtain Steelers.
They won. I will not even debate.
Come on. We're sports fans. Let's go.
Steelers.
We can't waste our fans' time. Next one.
Then we're keeping going on. We have the.
By the way, I'm sorry that I keep drinking. I'm about to tell people this, but this isn't water. We've been drinking.
Next up, we have the all-time Baltimore Ravens versus the Cleveland Browns.
Ravens. Is this they really do this to the Browns?
I'm not even gonna go there.
Come on. All I'm gonna say is Ray Lewis and Ed Reed. That's it. I don't care that the Ravens have never had a quarterback, but they probably put Lamar Jackson as their quarterback.
I don't like
which means they
could have put your boy Trent Dilfer there. I would not care.
They did it because did they put Lamar Jackson? You know what? I'm gonna check. I am gonna check who they put the starting quarterback right now. And if they put Lamar Jackson, then it went from a 97% that the Ravens went to a 100% the Ravens won. All right, let's see. Ravens and Lamar Jackson, 100%. And Joe Flacco's your backup, who had arguably one of the greatest playoff streaks in that. When he won the Super Bowl, come on, it was one of the best. Whatever.
He got lucky.
We'll argue that. You can't get lucky because I can say Eli Manning got lucky twice.
He did not get
twice.
You don't get lucky twice. You win twice.
You could get lucky twice.
Anyway, let's move it on with the
what?
The Ravens won.
Oh, you have to say it though.
I said it.
Oh, yeah, I didn't hear you say it. I'm sorry.
Next up, we have the Indianapolis Colts versus the all-time Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Colts against the Jaguars. I'm gonna flat out say the Colts just because they have Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, and then you have Ronnie Harrison, and then you have Reggie Wayne. This is all from the Dome. And did they even put Marshall Falk because he wasn't the Colts? Oh, this is exciting, dude. They probably didn't put him in the team though, even though he was a Colt.
The Jaguars, Mark Brunell. Yeah.
Colts.
Fred Taylor.
You know what? I'm wasting my time.
You have MJD.
Colts.
Leonard Fournette.
Colts. Oh, Edgerrin James.
Marcedes Lewis was a great all-time tight end.
Go ahead.
Jalen
Who was the
Ramsey,
winner?
Josh Allen. I'm just gonna say it. The winner
And
was.
you hold on. Before you say the winner, they had Pat McAfee as their kicker.
That's
He
my
is
boy.
The
but
GOAT of kickers. I'm gonna throw that out there.
That's my boy.
He is
But I'm
the
sorry,
GOAT
Pat.
of kickers.
I'm sorry, Pat. But you just didn't cut it. The Jaguars advanced.
Shut up.
They did.
The Jaguars beat the Colts?
Yes, sir.
Can we stop this right now? Because I legit want to cut this and debate this for the next hour.
Nope. And we're moving on. We have the last matchup in the AFC. It is the all-time Tennessee Titans versus the all-time Houston Texans.
That just sounds like a... Oh, my God. I love the Titans. I mean, Steve McNair better be the starting quarterback for this team. Steve McNair should be the starting quarterback for this. I'm gonna pick Texans. The Texans just have, and then you have J.J. Watt. The Texans, Jadeveon Clowney.
How many? I'm just gonna say this. How many Super Bowls have the Houston Texans made?
You know, if it came to Super Bowls, then the Colts, I believe, should have won another one. So it's not about Super Bowls.
That they could have, but they didn't. But how many have the Texans made?
Who won?
Zilch.
Because I'm gonna go.
Because last I checked, the Tennessee Titans made a Super Bowl.
The Texans.
Tennessee. I'm saying the Tennessee Titans made a Super Bowl.
I know, but I'm saying who won because I'm going to the Texans. I say
Steve McNair and the Titans won.
Damn it! I love Andre Johnson.
So we're gonna move on to the NFC now. It is the all-time 49ers team versus the all-time Arizona Cardinals.
49ers. Even though you have Larry Fitzgerald in that team, who's one of the best receivers of all time, 49ers have so many Super Bowls, so many great players.
Just based on that?
Yep. Yeah.
So no Kurt Warner.
Oh, guys, I'll tell you right now, my favorite quarterbacks of all time. This isn't even a joke. I swear. Brett Favre, Kurt Warner.
Hold on a second.
I swear.
So you like Kurt Warner more than you like Eli Manning?
Absolutely.
You're absolutely mad.
No, because if Kurt
let's
Warner
even talk
was
about
in the
this
Giants,
team.
If Kurt Warner was in the Giants, they would have won 4 Super Bowls.
Fans out there.
Or actually, he was in the
Kurt
Giants.
Warner was on the Giants, and
I just said
he
that.
got replaced by Eli. Just saying. Anyways,
And
your boy
fans out there, he got replaced by Eli, and then went to the Cardinals to take the Cardinals to the Super Bowl. In case people are paying attention.
Man. I think people forgot that. How many did he win the Super Bowl?
49ers.
Did he win?
49ers.
Oh, he
Who won?
didn't.
Who won? Who won?
And you want to
Come
know
on.
what?
Who won?
He wasn't. It was Carson Palmer.
49ers.
That was the quarterback that was chosen for
49ers.
this.
Who won? Yeah, 49ers.
The 49ers
Yes,
won.
Exactly. Come on.
Because-
I'm not gonna waste time. I'm trying not to waste people's time. This
Whatever.
is so easy. And first of all, I'm like, what, 8-2 right now? I've guessed all of these, except for like 2 of them. Go ahead. What's the next one?
We have the all-time Rams versus the all-time Seahawks.
Oh, that's a good one. Russell Wilson, Sean Alexander.
I think you got to go Rams here.
Kurt Warner. You're right. They have the greatest turf.
Greatest
Rams.
show on turf. With your boy, Kurt Warner, you want to talk so much crap
Kurt
about.
Warner, and then you add Eric Dickerson in there, Marshall Falk, Todd Gurley, Steven Jackson, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt. Go. Yeah, you're right. And Orlando Pace. Come on.
All these guys with messed up fingers. You're right.
They're right.
The Rams won. You're
Yeah.
right. Next up,
And
we
then
have
Stadium.
the all-time Dallas Cowboys versus the all-time
I'm excited about this one.
Washington Redskins.
Oh, wow. I'm actually gonna look at the Redskins because I already know what's in the Cowboys, and there's a lot of Cowboys fans out there who are like, yo, come on, are you kidding me?
I'll help you out with the Cowboys. I'll look at the Cowboys. The Cowboys, we got Troy Aikman because, Tony Romo just cut it short. Roger Staubach is your number 2.
Staubach. I picked the Cowboys.
Oh, Emmitt Smith, Tony Dorsett,
I-
Zeke.
I picked the Cowboys. There's not enough firepower in the Redskins. I see Clint Portis, but their quarterback game isn't as good as the Cowboys. And then their wide receivers, no. I'm going to go with
Cowboy fans, I'm going to tell you this right now. Your defense couldn't stop ish. The Washington Redskins advance. Yup. They advance.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. Sean Taylor would have stopped all of them.
LeVar Arrington and Sean Taylor.
Sean Taylor would have stopped everybody. Your boy Dez, your boy Michael Irvin, your boy Jason Witten.
Wow. Oh,
Nope.
keep going.
We're going to keep going until we finish this. Next up, I'm going to look at this. So at this one team, I'm going to look at the all-time. You can look at the other. Next up, we have the all-time Philadelphia Eagles team versus the all-time New York Giants team, where we have Eli Manning as your starting quarterback, Phil Simms as your number 2, Tiki Barber as your 1, Saquon as your 2, Odell, Plax, Armani Toomer, Jeremy Shockey as your tight end. I'm sorry, that's just offense. You want me to go to defense? Because I could talk about Michael Strahan, O.C. Manura, Justin Tuck, LT. Do you want me to continue, or do you want me to?
I think it's sort of a joke that they want the Giants to win. Because I know that the reason why I know the Giants won is because they left off Terrell Owens from the Eagles team, and the reason why it's a joke because Terrell Owens took this team to the Super Bowl.
No way.
Yeah, they did.
I'm sorry, my friend, but say what you want about.
I know the Eagles won.
T.O.
It's a joke. I know the Giants won because it's a joke. They took Terrell Owens out of this team. You have, LaShawn McCoy,
He was
Sean
more of a
Jackson,
49er
Jeremy
than
Mackin,
an
and Zach
Eagle.
Ertz, Reggie White, one of the greatest defensive linemen of all time, and
The Reggie White that was on the Packers, that Reggie White?
but
Exactly.
what's funny is that T.O. was in the 49ers from the Cowboys, but they don't put him in the
Like I
Giants.
said, it's all right. The Giants advanced
okay.
because they are the greatest.
Okay, hold on. Reggie White was in the Eagles. Is he in the Packers in this little hypothetical? Let me see, because if he's in the Packers and this thing is just a total nonsense, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to just lie to our fans and just be like,
Well, It's the next one coming up. We have the Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings. Who do you think wins this?
Oh, wow, he's not here. Oh, so they didn't just double players up. Ah, that's interesting. So you said it was the Packers against who?
The Vikings.
Well, you have three of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, and Bart Starr. You have to go with the Packers. You have
What about
to.
Dante Culpepper, Adrian Peterson,
You have
Randy
to.
Moss, Chris Carter?
Quarterbacks, you have. Come on, you have three amazing leaders. I'm going with Packers.
Right, well, Packers versus Vikings. The Packers advance. Next up, we have the Chicago Bears versus the Detroit Lions.
I promise you. What is it? The '84 Bears, which was is that the one where it was like one of the greatest defenses of all time? Whichever one it was, would beat the all-time Lions defense. Yeah, it would. So I'm just with that being said, I'm gonna pick the Bears.
And because of that exact thing he said is why the all-time Lions have advanced.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
The Lions advanced just because of their running back. This is ridiculous.
They have a lot. Calvin Johnson is one of the all-time greatest.
Who was their quarterback? Matt Stafford. Who was the quarterback? Harrington. Tell me, who was the all-time Lions quarterback? Tell me, please.
Give me one moment.
Yeah, exactly. He has to go look it up. Everyone is cracking up right now. Yo, please. Who tell you the all-time Lions quarterback is?
The all-time, bro. Bears by himself could have taken that team.
Matthew Stafford is the only one listed in this hypothetical. Guys, Matthew Stafford. Let me say it. Matthew, not Brett Favre, not Aaron Rodgers.
You mean the Pro Bowler, Matthew
Stafford beat the Packers. Go ahead.
Golden Tate, Marvin Jones Jr.
Go ahead, bro. What's the next one?
Ndamukong Suh.
This is so silly. It's a simulation.
You want to keep going?
It's a simulation.
Darius Slade Jr.
It's a simulation. Go ahead.
Ezekiel Ansah. Anyway, he's just mad. We have next up the all-time Atlanta Falcons versus the all-time Carolina Panthers. So, it's Mr. Newton, who do you think is going?
How about who did you think was going? I keep picking one. I know you know the results, but who did you think was going to?
This one I would have picked Falcons.
Okay. Why? Why did you pick the Falcons?
You have Mike Vick. You have Mike Turner that had probably one of the greatest running back seasons of all time. You have Julio Jones.
I'm going to stop now. Mike Vick. That's it. I don't even know why he kept going. I would have said Mike. It was Mike Vick. Mike Vick.
Well, do you want to know who won?
Who won?
The winner of this bracket was none other than Carolina's own Panthers. Carolina took the dub. And, I'm kind of curious because
this is ridiculous.
It was with Cam Newton, McCaffrey, D'Angelo Williams,
Cam Newton,
Steve Smith.
Cam Newton can't even get signed by a team right now. He might
Kelvin
be a backup, but
Greg Olsen.
he beat Michael Vick. Okay.
But think about it. Defensive, Julius Peppers, Luke Kuechly.
It was Mike Vick playing, not Matt Ryan, right? Because Matt Ryan can't keep a lead. It was Michael Vick. Got it. Okay, go ahead. What's the next thing?
It's a little questionable, but you know what? We'll keep going. Next up, we have New Orleans Saints versus the Bucks. meaning Drew Brees versus
I'm gonna go with the Bucks. That defense was too good. I'm from Florida. I saw Tampa.
based on the defense is what you're going on.
Yeah, defense wins ball games, and also they should have put Tom Brady as a quarterback.
No. The quarterback they put was Doug Williams with Warwick Dunn.
Keyshawn Johnson, Mike Austin. Hey, Warwick Dunn. Give me the Bucks. Doug Williams. He could game manage that and win the game. Give me the Bucks against the Saints.
Lucky for him, the Bucks were the ones that won this.
I like that it's lucky. That wasn't luck. That was up here, guys.
It was luck.
Okay.
Next up, we're going back to the AFC. We're going the all-time Chargers versus the all-time Chiefs.
You said the all-time Chargers against the all-time Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep going because my friend Tony Tone loves the Chargers, and I'm gonna keep going with it. I feel the Chargers. I'm gonna keep going with the Chargers. Please tell me it was the Chargers. I'm rooting for him.
I'm gonna let you know that the MVP of the league right now, Pat Mahomes.
But it's not about if that's how they're basing it by, that's so ridiculous. Because we just saw Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre lose. So it's not about that's not how it should work. The Chargers have LaDainian Tomlinson.
Mahomes won it.
It's ridiculous.
Anyway.
Okay. I mean, I know the Chiefs, don't get me wrong. You got Priest Holmes, it's fine, but
Mahomes moving on against the next round, which is the all-time Bills Mafia, Bills Buffalo versus the New England Patriots all time.
Do the Bills have Tom Brady? Then the Patriots win.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is Jim Kelly a bust or something that I don't know about?
Patriots. Well, he never won a Super Bowl. He went 0-4.
He went to 4 straight.
No, he won how many?
He had OJ though. OJ kill anybody for a win.
I don't have any more zeros to pop up because that's how many Super Bowls he won.
OJ would kill anybody to get a win.
0. Tom Brady.
Charles Clay?
You had Tom Brady. Patriots won. You ready?
The Patriots
3. All right. I'm going to count down. I don't count down.
You don't have to.
Go ahead,
Next up, we have the all-time Steelers versus the all-time Ravens. That's a good matchup.
Wow.
I'm not even going to look at this just because I know
how
crazy it is.
Ravens.
The winner of this matchup is the all-time Steelers.
And Fives, the reason why I picked the Ravens is because Ray Lewis can read. I can't let them down. So go ahead.
Don't blame you. Next up, we have the all-time Jags versus the all-time Titans.
I'm gonna have to go with the Jags. They won the last one, so I mean,
did they though? Was it not Mr. Ryan Tannehill, Mr. Miami, that they gave up on him? They, got the Titans to the AFC Championship, and it's exactly why the Titans move on. We'll move on now to the NFC.
Drinking some
Mm.
alcohol.
Next up, it's a tough matchup. We have the all-time San Francisco 49ers versus the all-time I don't want to say St. Louis, the all-time Rams.
You said, let me get this straight. You said 49ers versus the Rams. How is it that powerful of a matchup already?
Hey, man.
Oh, my God.
I didn't make this bracket.
This is good. Okay, I have to. Wow. Okay, the greatest show on turf against one of the greatest dynasties of all time. You have to pick dynasty every time. You got to pick the 49ers.
Like I tell you all the time, defense wins championship.
Stop it.
And these Rams, because I can't say a city, the Rams move on. Next up, we had
crazy. Montana and Steve Young lost just like that.
Hey man, maybe the Niners had Kaepernick at their quarterback.
Okay, it's what's funny? It's pretty much the greatest show on turf with Eric Dickerson against the all-time 49ers. That's what it is. It's crazy. Go ahead.
Next up, we have the Washington Redskins at Landover. Probably Clinton Portis there at running back versus the all-time, the most underrated quarterback in the league, the New York Giants.
Giants lost.
We have the Redskins, the all-time Redskins.
Giants lost.
Really? So you're telling me an offense with Eli Manning, Saquon, Tiki, Shockey.
Saquon Barkley made that team already.
Yes. He was the number 2 behind Tiki.
But T.O.'s not in the Eagles.
I don't know what to do. I gotta make this list.
This is so ridiculous. Like whoever
Saquon, Barkley.
Eagles lost.
Plaxico.
Eagles lost. I mean, Giants lost. I can't even get it right.
Giants lost over the Eagles or the Redskins.
Giants lost.
And just like everything else Mr. Line does, the New York Giants advance against the all-time Washington Redskins because they wish they had such a great team.
Who did this? A Giants fan? This is I can't believe the Giants are this far, but the Packers are already gone. Don't worry about it. The
Packers aren't gone. They're still there.
I thought the Packers got eliminated from this.
No, the Packers beat the Vikings. Next up, we have, just like you were saying, the all-time Green Bay Packers versus the all-time Detroit Lions.
Oh, the Packers.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's a question.
Yeah.
Packers move on. Next up, we have the all-time Carolina Panthers versus the all-time Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That defense is too good.
We ain't talking about Bucks with Tom Brady here, homie.
I know, but the Bucks, the defense is amazing. Warren Sapp.
Luke Kuechly?
Buccaneers.
I guess you forgot, that a lot of other people played for the Panthers because the Panthers beat the Bucks.
I'm not good at this right now.
He's not good at a lot of predictions. Anyway,
this is a simulation. This isn't even like
we are at the final 8, the Elite 8 of the Madden all-time bracket from Bleacher Report. We have next up the all-time Kansas City Chiefs versus the all-time New England Patriots.
That's a good one, but you have to get with the Patriots. You see, what's funny about this hypothetical is you're not adding coaches to this list, which you have to have Bill Belichick. It's just a little ridiculous, But go ahead.
Right. There's no coaches to these lists, but yeah, if the New England Patriots advance against the Kansas City Chiefs, even though they beat them this year. Anyways, we're going on to the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the all-time Tennessee Titans.
Steelers.
And the
Steelers
move on.
Yeah, I guess it gets easier as it gets to the top 8 because now you know the top 8. You know who the best teams are. Go ahead.
I know who the best teams are.
And if the Giants make it to the next round, I'm gonna drink some green slime in front of everyone. I'm gonna go walking against. If the Giants make it to the next round, I'm gonna have a shot of green slime. I don't care who the Giants play. It's ridiculous the Giants make it this far. Go ahead.
Haters gonna hate because that's what they do.
Go to the next one because the Giants have. Go ahead. Keep looking.
He's gonna keep quiet just because I'm about to name the Giants starting squad. Next up, the first round we have the all-time Rams versus the all-time New York Giants.
If the Rams don't beat the Giants, I am taking 2 back-to-back shots.
The winner.
If the Rams do not beat the all-time Giants, I am taking 2 back-to-back shots. It's ridiculous that the all-time Rams, if they do not beat the Giants.
It's only ridiculous to one person who doesn't know sports. And the winner and the team moving on to the Final Four is the New York Giants. So how about we get two, not one.
Lawrence Taylor. If Lawrence
Ooh.
Taylor is that dominant, wow.
Not one.
I know Lawrence Taylor is that great, but
we don't need one, but two green slime shots right now poured into this man's cup because he is absolutely wrong and disgracing the Giants, thinking that we're the Miami Dolphins. No, I'm sorry. We're not a mediocre team. We've had great players on our team. So he is current pouring himself not one, but two. And while he does that, I'll read him our team just so he knows. So at quarterback, we have Eli Manning, his favorite. At backup, we have Phil Simms. At number one running back, we have Tiki Barber. 2, Saquon. At receiver, we have Odell Beckham Jr., Plaxico Burress, Amani Toomer. Then at number 4, backup, we have Frank Gifford, which he don't even know about.
please, our friends don't want to hear
Then
this.
we have Jeremy Shockey.
Got it. I'm going to drink the shot in a little bit. Just give me a second.
Imagine the defensive line of Michael Strahan, O.C.U. Manira, Justin Tuck, and then at linebacker, we have LT. He don't know what's coming to him. We have Carl Banks. Then we have
Can you please get to the next, please?
He wants me to stop just because
Get
he
to the
knows
next one, please.
the Giants are way better than the offense. Anyway, the Giants advance. Next up, we have the all-time Packers versus the all-time Carolina Panthers. That's
Packers. Next.
I agree with him.
You know what? I
Packers.
love Brett Favre so much. You ready? I'm going to drink this Packers right now. Just the Packers. Boom. To the Packers. Because the disrespect they have for my boy, Aaron Rodgers, to not draft him a player and get Jordan Love. I mean, he may be good. No disrespect to Jordan Love. But come on, Aaron Rodgers.
Packers move on. And next up, we're at the Final Four. We have none other than the New England Patriots versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's getting tough now. All time, that's a toughie there. I will go with the Pats just because I know can't beat Tom Brady unless you're Eli Manning.
I'm going to go with, since they're not count. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Patriots.
And moving on to the final round is the New England Patriots gain a spot against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes.
And in the NFC, we have in the final round the all-time greatest New York Giants
How did they make this far?
versus the all-time Green Bay Packers, which, if we want to get technical, Eli Manning has defeated a pretty much all-time Packers team, but we'll leave that up to the judges.
I am going to stick to my guns because if the Giants make it to the end against the Patriots, I am going to die laughing. I am going to go with the whatever team isn't playing the freaking Giants. There you go. Whatever team's playing the Giants, I'm going with the other team. What is it, the Packers?
It sounds like someone's just mad.
It could be the Lions. I don't care who. I'm not picking the Giants. There's no way I am picking the Giants.
It sounds like someone's just mad the Dolphins got eliminated in the first round.
Because this is the Giants made it this far. The Dolphins have.
Did you hear that team?
The Dolphins
That
have
offense
the
is
only
unstoppable.
perfect season. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Who won? Just say who won. Just say who won.
That team
Just say
is
who won.
unstoppable.
Just say who won.
Well, it looks like the Packers fans came out, and it doesn't make sense because
No. Just say the winner.
I'm just saying.
I don't want to hear
It
an
doesn't make-
explanation of what makes or doesn't make sense because I've been here thinking this doesn't make sense. So I don't want to hear explanation.
I'm sorry. Unless your quarterback is gonna go out there and catch passes, how do you have three quarterbacks in Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, Bart Starr out there? Ahmed Green is Garbo. He had one good season. Who's your number
Packers.
Who is your number one receiver? Because Devontae Adams is number 4. I'm sorry. Don Hudson is not better than him. James Lofton is not better than him. Sterling Sharp.
Okay, our
Donald
friends
Driver
don't want to
maybe,
hear your argument.
and we beat.
Our fans want to hear who won.
I'm sorry, fans. Devontae Adams and Donald Driver got both beat by the Giants team, but the ridiculous Packers fans came out and voted and beat the Giants fans.
Got it. The Packers won. It's fine. Go ahead. The Packers won. Go ahead. Next.
The finals, which was highly questionable, is the all-time New England Patriots team versus the all-time Packers team.
If I guess right, you gotta take a shot.
What?
If I guess right,
how is that even?
You can say no. This is a surprise. This was a plan. If I guess right, you gotta take a shot.
Go ahead.
You want to do it?
Sure.
And if I guess wrong,
absolutely,
I gotta take another shot. That's gonna be my third shot in front of. No, my fourth shot. Yeah, because I took 2 shots. It'll be my 4th shot if I
go ahead. It is the all-time New England Patriots team versus the all-time Green Bay Packers team.
If you can just talk to them for a second so I can, this is important to me right now.
I just don't understand how you have 3 quarterbacks on your all-time team because unless Aaron Rodgers is throwing to Brett Favre and then Brett Favre is throwing to Bart Starr, I'm sorry. They're not winning garbage.
You can't talk to them about that. That's not what you can talk about.
I'm just saying. I don't understand that.
Patriots.
I just don't get it. They had no running backs. Their receivers were mediocre at best. I don't get it. I don't understand how that is possible. Like Tom Brady is great. You have Wes Welker, you have Gronk, you have Edelman, you have so many different people.
So, who won?
Who won? I have to hear you voted for.
Patriots. I said Patriots.
You said the Patriots won.
I even gave you the shot.
The winner of who is the greatest of all time, 32 teams, their best players ever, Madden, Bleacher Report sim. I don't know who did this sim. Is the Green Bay Packers. Meaning one only thing that this shot of green slime was just given, which fans at home could see. It's a green. Doesn't belong to me, but belongs to another gentleman who was so conceited that the New York Giants were going to lose because they weren't.
I'm only happy because the team that won was the team that beat the Giants.
Which they shouldn't have.
I love to drink.
Let's be real. Like I said, unless Aaron Rodgers was going to be throwing to Brett Favre, that was going to be throwing to Bart Starr, there's no reason to have 3 quarterbacks. I'm sorry. Why was not Phil Simms on our team? Or Kerry Collins, who got us to a Super Bowl?
That's it.
Ridiculous.
Guys, congratulations to the Packers. They made it. You know what? They deserve to win, though. You keep disrespecting them that they beat the Giants, but the Packers deserve it. Come on.
Do they, though? Do you believe they deserve it over your undefeated Dolphins team?
No, but I will say The Lombardi Trophy is named after the Packers head coach, Devontae Adams, Sterling Sharp. Shout out to Sterling Sharp, though. He made the team. He should be in the Hall of Fame. And not because I'm a huge Shannon Sharp fan, because Sterling Sharp has the statistics to be in the Hall of Fame. I truly believe that, honestly. If you look at his stats, amazing.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the first two halves. Even that second half went a lot longer than expected.
Yes, but it was awesome.
So we will try to do OT a lot quicker because we're at a really long time. OT, we're doing the Rotten Tomatoes. We're just doing another March Madness bracket. Rotten Tomatoes greatest Netflix original series of all time. So the round one, we have Daredevil versus Rhythm and Flow. If you haven't seen them, hey, just vote for what you got. I got Daredevil.
Daredevil. It's an awesome show.
That is correct. We got Daredevil. Moving on. Next up, we have One Day at a Time versus Castlevania. Just based on the name, I've never seen either one.
Never seen one.
I'm going to go with Castlevania just because I like it.
Between them two, I'm going to pick Daredevil. It's a better show.
What do you mean? It's not Daredevil versus One Day at a Time versus Castlevania.
No, I know, but then it goes to Daredevil.
Yeah, but you got to pick one from here.
Oh, I'm just trying to hurry it up for everybody.
Anyway, Castlevania wins. Next up, we have Atypical versus The Haunting on Hill House.
Haunting Hill House is an amazing show.
Exactly. I haven't seen Atypical. Seen The Haunting on Hill House. Gonna go for that. That was the winner. Next up, you have Living with Yourself with Paul Rudd versus. Oh, I lost it.
Tiger
versus
King. That's not fair though.
Tiger King.
Because
I've seen both.
Living with Yourself is an amazing show, and I would pick that over Tiger King. I really would. Tiger King was fun to watch, and it was funny and stupid, but Living with Yourself was actually interesting. And
I would pick Living with Yourself.
Me too.
However, Tiger King advances.
Stupid.
Next up, we have House of Cards versus Gracie and Frankie.
House of Cards.
And to me, yeah, House of Cards is all time.
It's one of the best shows on Netflix, for sure.
Next up, we have Chilling Adventures of Sabrina versus Glow.
Haven't seen any of those.
I'm going with Glow.
Have you seen any of those?
I've seen one episode of
I hear Sabrina is awesome.
But I've seen all of Glow, and the fact that Glow is being disrespected in this bracket.
Well, maybe you haven't seen enough of Sabrina. And next we have the OA against the Punisher. And from someone who has seen both of them religiously, who loves both shows, just on the first season of The Punisher, I picked The Punisher.
What is the OA? I don't even know.
The OA? Oh, I really recommend watching the first season.
Punisher is great.
Season,
Punisher is as great as Glow.
I will admit that the end of the season finale of season 1 of the OA, teary. Watch it. I honestly recommend it. It's very interesting.
Heard about Game of Thrones and that stuff sucked.
Next, we have Dark Crystal versus Black Mirror, and Black Mirror is the greatest show of all time. So I pick Black Mirror.
Is that a spoiler alert there?
It's me, my honest opinion. No, my honest opinion is that Black Mirror is a great
Black
show
Mirror is definitely better than whatever that Dark Crystal is. Next up, we have Stranger Things versus Alias Grace.
Stranger Things.
And Stranger Things.
It's too much fun. Too much fun.
Next up, we have Wet Hot American Summer versus Wild Wild Country.
I haven't seen any of those shows. So.
I have not seen any of them.
Perfect. Either could win.
Wet Hot American Summer goes on, though. The End of the Effing World versus Jessica Jones.
I am not a fan of Jessica Jones. And I have seen episodes of The End of the Effing World, and that show is actually very fun.
I don't mind Jessica Jones. I would have gone there before I would have gone End of the Effing World, but The End of the Effing World wins.
Next round, this was actually a very tough one for me because I am a big fan of Last Chance U and BoJack Horseman. BoJack Horseman is so funny.
It's so great.
Last Chance U is so interesting and fascinating as a sports fan. But I have to give a nod to BoJack Horseman because it's just too funny to not pick.
Love me some BoJack Horseman, and that is the winner. Next up, we have Narcos versus I think you should leave with Tim
Narcos.
Robinson.
Next.
I don't even know what that show is.
Narcos. Next.
But Narcos season at least
Come
1
on.
and 2
Come on.
is
Next.
all time.
Next.
Next up, we have American Vandal versus the Umbrella Academy.
Season 1 of American Vandal, pure comedy genius. Season 2, brr. And the
Do you
first.
think that's what cost it against the
That's
Umbrella?
why. That's why.
Because I saw Umbrella. I haven't seen American Vandal.
If there was no season 2 of American Vandal, then it would be top notch and hard to choose. But Umbrella Academy's cliffhanger and the fact that they haven't released a season 2 just makes it so much more compelling than American Vandal.
With you. Umbrella Academy moves on. Next up, we have the Kaminsky Method versus When They See Us. I have not seen either, so on the block.
Tough one.
I think When They See Us is the I'm so sorry here. Your boy is.
Did you drink a little too much tonight, or what's going on?
I think those other shots got me. That's the.
I haven't really seen either one either, so.
Well, we'll move on because they ended up winning. When They See Us moves on against the Kaminsky Method. Next up, we have Dear White People versus Kingdom. My vote here would have gone to Dear White People because that's the one I saw.
A huge fan of Dear White People. I love that show.
And Kingdom won somehow. Next up, we have Peaky Blinders versus Special. Haven't seen Special. Haven't seen Peaky Blinders, but I've heard more about Peaky Blinders. So that's where my vote would have gone.
Peaky Blinders is one of the best shows on Netflix. So Peaky Blinders for sure.
Next up, we have Luke Cage versus You. Seen Luke Cage. Haven't seen you. Oh, no, I'm lying. I saw You. I would have picked You just because Luke Cage season 2 was not that great. I stopped watching.
Season 1 of Luke Cage is one of the best seasons you can watch of any TV show. It's so compelling. It's so good. It's so interesting. But You just continues its fascinating and eccentric way with season 2 that you have to pick You. But please, everyone, watch Luke Cage season 1 because it's so good.
So wait, let me go back to You. Is there anything about You that you're like, oh yeah, you know that? I would have done something like that, or you kind of like resonate with him.
And on to the next we're going to do Sense 8 versus Making a Murderer. And as much as Sense 8 is a good show, Making a Murderer is too compelling not to make it to the next round. And just like that, Making a Murderer won.
Next up, we have Manic versus the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
And as someone who has actually seen Maniac, not Manic, Maniac against Kimmy Schmidt. Like, Kimmy Schmidt is a very fun show. It really is. It's funny.
I love that show.
She was on The Office, but Maniac, even though it
has Don Draper in it.
Maniac is not. No, he's not in the show.
He's in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt?
Oh, I thought you meant on Maniac.
No,
yeah,
sorry, Maniac. I don't care about Jonah Hill.
Maniac, even though it's not a season-to-season show, it's an amazing show, and Maniac deservedly won that one. But okay, Ozark and 13 Seasons Why, as someone who is not a fan of 13 Reasons
Ozark,
Why.
I'm sorry. Ozark touchable. It should be a number. I don't know where the brackets are on this one, but Ozark to me is
all right.
Top 1.
Sex Education against Altered Carbon. Sex Education it's such a great show, but as someone who loves sci-fi, I'm very biased and picked Altered Carbon. But
I haven't seen either, so Sex Education won.
Next we have Bloodline
versus Orange is the New Black, and
Orange is the New Black is definitely really fun.
And I love me some coach Bro, Friday Night Lights. But
No, you're right. I
Orange
agree.
is the New Black
I agree.
is.
I agree. I Friday Night Lights is an amazing show, and I love him. But Orange is the New Black, the first couple 4 or 5 seasons are amazing. I have great memories of watching the show, and it deserves to make it to the next round.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have She's Gotta Have It Against The Witcher. Season 1 of The Witcher is so good. Have you seen it? Honestly,
I heard this was a video game, so I don't really know.
dude, listen, Mello, please watch The Witcher tomorrow, because I started playing the video game Witcher because of the TV show. It really is that compelling. I promise you.
Better than Man of Steel?
It deserves to make it to the next round. Deserves it. He does an amazing job, and it really is a good TV show.
All right, well, The Witcher.
I promise you, when this podcast ends, I will cut and tell him, yo, Mello, watch this podcast.
The Witcher was
Watch
on.
The Witcher.
Next up, we have The Crown versus Tuca and Birdie.
People might be upset that we haven't seen The Crown, because The Crown is a very popular show, but I haven't seen any of these shows.
I haven't heard him seen either.
Yeah. So then we have The Defenders against Unbelievable. I've seen The Defenders. It's a good season. I haven't seen Unbelievable, so I don't know.
Defenders to me goes on, and they won.
Oh, this is a tough one for me.
Big Mouth versus Master of None. I haven't seen Master of None.
Great show. Great real show who hits real topics that hit you in the heart. So it's tough for me because Big Mouth is so funny.
So great.
So funny. And I'm very upset that Master of None didn't make it to the next round, because Master of None doesn't get the respect it deserves. It really is a good show. You should watch. But Big Mouth won. Next we have Cheer versus Dark.
I haven't seen either, so Dark goes
Listen,
on.
Dark. I recommend that show. There's two people I love in this world. Myself. That guy right here. I'm just kidding. Mello and my nephew. Dark. I saw season 1 and ran to my nephew and was like, watch Dark. That show is gold. Dark is definitely one of my favorite shows. It's just so mind-bending. So Dark made it to the next round.
Dark.
Next, we have Mind Hunters versus Not Okay with.
I've seen Mindhunter, and I think it's a great show.
Not okay with this. Mind Hunters deserve it. Mind Hunters is a great show. It really is. It's so non-fiction, but fictional at the same time. It's amazing. And next, we have Bodyguard versus Russian Doll. If you've seen these shows, Bodyguard season 1 is great. Have you seen them? Because it really is a good show. Nope. It's okay if you haven't. Trust me, it's a lot of shows here. Lost in Space versus Our Planet. Man, I loved Lost in Space season 1.
I heard a lot of people liked it.
It was so entertaining, but also a good amount of people didn't like it. But Lost in Space season 1 was so compelling, so interesting. I actually really enjoyed it. So I'm happy that I made it to the next round.
Right now, so we have Happy Valley versus Queer Eye.
I am upset about this one.
I haven't seen it
either. And I'm upset because I haven't seen Happy Valley. And now that it beat Queer Eye, I'm going to watch Happy Valley. I swear to God, I'm going to watch Happy Valley tomorrow, because I am a big fan of Queer Eye. Man, that show is so good. It changes people. It changes people's lives. And it's so interesting. So I'm going to have to watch Happy Valley, because, Mello, if you haven't seen Queer Eye, I'm going to text you which episodes to watch, because it's so good.
I haven't seen it.
It's so good. I promise you, Queer Eye is so interesting. It just, each person in the show has a different strategy on how to change somebody's life, and it's so good. It really is.
Coming up to me, your boy is going on to the next round. Next up, we have second round, Daredevil versus Castlevania. Daredevil to me is great.
We're going to the other bracket, and Daredevil versus Castlevania. Daredevil is so interesting. It's such a great show. So I'm not gonna say I'm biased, But even if I hadn't seen Castlevania, I have seen Castlevania. That was a great show.
All right, we're going on. How The Haunting of Hill House versus the Tiger King, Carol Baskin.
I'm like before. I don't think Tiger King should have beat the other one, but I'm okay with this right now. Hill House is a great show, so it's okay that it makes the next round.
Haunting of Hill House moves on. Next up, we have House of Cards versus the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina and House of Cards.
I love House of Cards.
I'm sorry.
I haven't seen Sabrina, and it's probably unfair,
she shouldn't have made it past the first round.
But I don't think it'll be House of Cards.
This one's a tough one. The Punisher versus Black Mirror. I personally would have gone Punisher on this one.
This one's a tough one because I have seen both of them. I've actually seen them twice. My brother hadn't seen Punisher, so I saw it again. The lack of seasons for the Punisher that ended at 2, and Black Mirror having more than 2, and them being actually
very but it's not like all the episodes in Black Mirror are good. They had some pretty lousy episodes.
You saying it's not? The Giants had very lousy seasons, but they made it very far.
Yeah, but they still won championship.
Versus Wet Hot American Summer, and everyone loves Stranger Things. Stranger deserves to make the next round.
Wow. And the effing World versus BoJack, and BoJack Horseman moves on because that's a great cartoon.
And after that, we have Narcos versus Umbrella Academy. I am a huge Umbrella Academy fan, but it's only one season, so Narcos deservedly takes the next round.
Yep. Next up, we have When They See Us versus Kingdom. And although I haven't seen either, When They See Us takes it against Kingdom.
Kingdom's a great show, but When They See Us was so compelling that it deserves it. And then we have the next round, Peaky Blinders versus You. This is one of the top 1-2 punches right here because a lot of people love You. But Peaky Blinders is so compelling. And as someone who has seen both, Peaky Blinders deservedly takes the next round.
Over You?
Over You, yeah. Peaky Blinders has a great story going on. It does. It's more seasons. It's more of a story. You is only by 2 seasons.
And I'm going to have to see Peaky Blinders because I thought You was one of those that was like, wow.
Oh, it's a great show, but Peaky Blinders is just too story developed to not make it to the next round.
All right. Next up, we have Making a Murderer versus Maniac. Is that it right this time?
Yeah, but Maniac only has 1 season and it's done. So
Making a Murderer. And man, go.
No, as someone who went to law school, listen, no. Not that me going to law school means anything. I promise you. Trust me. I don't think that's. But I overthink everything and I see all the facts and not just see what the TV show wants me to think. So
anyway, we're going on to Ozark versus Sex Education, and I think
as much as we all love sex, Ozark is an amazing show. Next we have Orange is the New Black versus The Witcher. This one's very controversial. I will say that because Orange is the New Black has so many great seasons.
Wow.
And such a great storyline. And The Witcher has 1.
I would have gone Orange is the New Black.
Season.
However,
but
The Witcher.
Mello, watch The Witcher. It's such a great show. Superman.
I'm not trying to play more games.
Makes a great Witcher. Next, we have The Crown versus The Defenders. As someone who has seen Defenders and not The Crown, I accept the fact that The Crown beat The Defenders because The Defenders was a great just 1 season, and The Crown is still a successful show.
To the credit of the Defenders, it's not like they were planning on making more seasons because of Disney Plus. They gave up on that entire cast.
They were planning on making more seasons, but then it kind of just No, I was saying that it's okay. That The Crown is a great show, so I understand why the defenders that make it, but they were definitely planning on more seasons.
Next up, we have Big Mouth versus Dark. And I would have gone with Big Mouth in this one because I think that's just hilarious.
As someone who loves Dark, and my nephew will vouch for me, I will call him right now.
Call Kenny right now.
Nobody cares.
It's only midnight over there in Colorado.
Have you seen Dark though?
No.
You have midnight? Yeah, it is midnight. You're right. Wow, oh my God, it's amazing. Dark is such a compelling show, dude. Oh, it's so amazing. Next, we have in the next round, we have Mindhunters versus Bodyguard. And as much as Bodyguards is a great show, Mindhunters season 1 and 2 definitely deserves the nod.
Next up, we have Lost in Space versus Happy Valley. Haven't seen either, but I'm going to assume Lost in Space.
As someone who has seen seasons 1 and 2 of Lost in Space, I definitely agree with it making it to the next round.
Right, moving on.
Don't start with...
Say what it is. It's Daredevil versus...
Oh, that's all. I was going to say start with the other round. It's okay.
What do you mean the other round?
As in the other side. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
At the bottom?
No. It's fine. Daredevil versus Hill House.
Daredevil.
And the only reason why I feel it made it to the next round is because Daredevil had 3 amazing seasons. That's why. Because Hill House is such a compelling show. Honestly, I will say it. I'm not just going to just pass through it and say Hill House, deserve to lose. It's just because Daredevil had 3 great seasons.
This next one is... We have House of Cards versus Black Mirror.
So these 2 right here is just... It's like having the Bulls versus the Lakers. It's just like having...
Michael Jordan won, so...
But it's just like... It's the House of Cards, it's the TV show that started it off for Netflix against one of the most compelling TV shows on Netflix. House of Cards versus it's like having the Celtics versus the Bulls. It's just...
I think what hurt House of Cards, at least in this bracket, was the last season where you don't have Kevin Spacey there to just push through. Because even though Robin Wright's great, I saw it, and then I think 2 or 3 episodes in, I just gave up on it on the last season. But before that, House of Cards to me was the best show Netflix had created. Because like I said, Black Mirror had some lousy episodes where I was just like, why am I watching this?
Oh, you see, no, that's the misconception. I can't agree with that because I don't want to say you're small-minded, and I'm not gonna say that. It's just that that's a show that makes you think. So
they have some bad episodes.
Black Mirror made it to the next round, and for everyone who watches Black Mirror, when you see the Black Mirror crack in the opening sequence, you know what that is? That's the Black Mirror on your iPhone, guys. Just ponder that. You see that? You see the Black Mirror on your iPhone cracking? That's what it is. It's such a good show. I'm sorry. I'm a big fan of Black Mirror.
I'm not saying it's not a good show.
Next round is Stranger Things versus Wet Hot American Summer.
Wait, no, I don't have that.
Oh, sorry. Stranger Things versus BoJack Horseman. Wow. Sorry. I totally read that wrong.
Stranger Things.
Too much to drink.
Exactly. And Stranger Things moves on. Next up, we have
Hold on. BoJack was a great show.
It was a great show, but not better than Stranger Things.
It's not as popular. But go ahead.
We have Narcos versus When They See Us.
When They See Us, compelling, but Narcos, a great story. So you can't do it. Next, I'm going to start at the bottom, and we're going to go from Mindhunters and Lost in Space.
Yeah.
As someone who, sorry, I just love Lost in Space. I'm not gonna say I disagree with this one, but I'm just very, very in love with Lost in Space. But I'm gonna deal with the fact that Mindhunters won.
Mindhunters is better. Next up, we have The Crown versus Dark.
Oh, Dark won. I'm trying to. Dark is so compelling that even though I haven't seen The Crown, and it's ridiculous that I haven't seen it because people are gonna be like, "How's he gonna pick the Crown over Dark?" But if you watch Dark, you'll understand why.
I haven't seen either, so just going with this choice. Next, so we have Ozark versus The Witcher, which was
Ozark. It's Ozark.
50-50, but Ozark came out on top.
It's 50-50, but it's just that Ozark has a compelling story and Witcher has one great season. And it's just not fair to just give it to them.
I haven't seen season 3 of Ozark, but before that, it was a great show.
And then next we have Peaky Blinders versus Making a Murderer. Peaky Blinders. Listen, one of the top shows on Netflix.
What am I missing on the show that I haven't watched?
So Peaky Blinders, listen, as someone who Game of Thrones, for me, the first couple episodes of Game of Thrones were very, very boring. I was not a fan of Game of Thrones.
The first 18 episodes of Game of Thrones were very, very boring.
Exactly. So Peaky Blinders is the same thing. Peaky Blinders it takes a while to get to the story, but once you just get into it, it's like Game of Thrones. It's amazing. I'm not gonna say it's as like comparable to the greatness of Game of Thrones, but it takes time to watch it. And next we're gonna start on this side. We're gonna start on the Peaky Blinders side. We're gonna start Peaky Blinders against Ozark.
I'm going Ozark.
You're going Ozark, but I promise you the answer is Peaky Blinders. It's a great show. You gotta watch it. Next, we have Dark versus Mindhunter.
Okay, I would go Mindhunter on.
You haven't seen Dark. Dark is so good. I've seen both of them. Oh my god, Dark is so.
So you'd pick Dark over Mindhunter?
Yes, because Dark is I am someone who loves mind-bending shows that screw with my head. Dark wins.
All right.
Next, we have Stranger Things versus Narcos.
I'm going Stranger Things.
Yeah, but I would go Narcos because Narcos is so badass.
It is, but at least season 3 of. I mean, I haven't seen season 3 of Narcos. Wait, 3? No, 4 of Narcos. Just because I really don't know about the Mexican cartel. It was all about the Colombian stuff, and you just switch me
Halloween costume. You know that's funny because you
just switch me to a different country
because
at least Stranger Things, kept me with the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would have gone Stranger Things. And the last one, we have Daredevil versus Black Mirror.
This one is dear to my heart because
I would have gone Daredevil.
I am in love with Daredevil and the way it does its story and superhero, but I just can't pick anything over Black Mirror.
Sorry, Daredevil Black Mirror has awful episodes.
No, you haven't seen all of Black Mirror. Black Mirror, Black Mirror is just far beyond anything.
Black Mirror has some bad episodes.
Next, we have Black Mirror against Stranger Things.
Stranger Things to me would win that.
No, you see, to me, it's Black Mirror. It's so compelling and it's so amazing.
Oh, because Stranger Things is it?
No, it's not really. Stranger Things is compelling and it's fun to watch, but it's kind of predictable. Black Mirror is unpredictable. Black Mirror is just so.
So you love that Black Mirror episode where
I can explain. You know what? Tell me what episode, and I explain it to you.
I'm not telling you, but explain it to me. So you love the one where what's his name? The Falcon is just sitting there, in a video game.
Don't say
having
the Falcon.
Sex with his best friend in a virtual reality.
To someone who hasn't seen that episode, when he means the Falcon, he means the actor who was in the Falcon.
Anthony Mackie.
Yes, Anthony Mackie. And he was in a video game. Let's say if you guys have played Tekken or Mortal Kombat. In this episode, you put in your goggles it's not a goggle, but it's like virtual reality where you go into the game and he plays against this other partner. And this is in the future where you're able to just feel everything. It's like when you put on those virtual reality headphones, the headsets that people
I'm just going to tell you they're already lost at this point.
They're not lost. What happens is you're pretty much in the game. And when you're in the game, you're able to do whatever you want. And when you're fighting, his best friend they have interaction and they have intercourse in the game. But if you're someone who understands deeper than just sex and anything like that, it's actually an episode that has to do with relationships. Because Anthony Mackie is married and his best friend is a single bachelor. And they happen to do intercourse in the video game. And Anthony Mackie is a man who's in a relationship and just needs to be honest with his wife and tell his wife that he wants to have sex and have intercourse. And it's a relationship episode. You see, Black Mirror is so beyond your capabilities. It's just an amazing show. It really is. You know what?
That line's so just telling you a lot about when he goes on Call of Duty. Anyways,
no, you see, that's the misconception about the show.
Next, Black Mirror somehow beats Stranger Things. Next up, Peaky Blinders versus Dark. And Dark won.
Dark is.
What am I missing on the show?
Have you seen the show?
I haven't.
That's why you're missing it, dude. It's still. Oh my god.
So it's better than Ozark.
What are you doing tomorrow? Bro,
it's better than Ozark.
Bro. Oh my god, we're gonna, we have to watch Dark. It's such a good show. It's an amazing show.
So it really is. Ozark, better than Narcos, better than Stranger Things, better than Daredevil.
Dark.
This Dark show.
I love Black Mirror. I wouldn't pick any show over Dark.
Well, next up,
I wouldn't pick any show over Daredevil. I wouldn't pick any show over Black Mirror.
We're in the final round right here. So we have Dark versus Black Mirror.
I would pick Black Mirror. Black Mirror is that compelling to me.
Well,
it's true. I don't care what the results say. Everyone should watch Black Mirror. It has to do with the future, with technology, with everything.
Like I said, they have some very lousy episodes. However,
you haven't even seen Dark. These guys.
No, I'm not saying Dark. I said Black Mirror has lousy episodes.
I know. That's what I'm saying. However, yes. Guys, he hasn't seen Dark and barely respects Black Mirror. As someone who loves these are actually my top 2 shows on Netflix. So when I saw this bracket, it just made me realize, God, I know what I'm talking about. I'm kidding. It just made me excited that it made me excited to know that my favorite 2 shows were actually respected by people, because I love shows that are mind bending with my mind, that make me think, and these are 2 amazing shows. So I am not upset that my favorite shows are 1 and 2.
Anyway, Tomatoes,
which I don't care which one, because
all
it's like
time in Netflix original series is Dark. Which I'm gonna have to go see, and then I will come back and tell you guys if Dark really is worth it.
It's so
to me, Stranger Things.
No, dude.
Narcos.
You think Stranger Things is better than Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather watch
one who thinks
Stranger Things over
Giants.
Black Mirror has some very lousy episodes, man.
All right. Guys.
I'm sorry. That Miley Cyrus episode you thought was good?
Okay, not every episode
was horrible.
Yeah, it was a bad episode.
What bad episode of Stranger Things can you tell me right now off the top of your head?
Okay. And guys, thank you so much for watching 4 Quarters, our special edition. It's 3:50 a.m. Eastern time, and we're here talking and having fun and getting drunk and drinking green slime. This is our special edition. We will definitely be back next week.
Anyways, like how he said, you're reigning, defending, undisputed champion. Thanks you all for tuning in. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you to the guys at Cinesports Talk to giving us this platform to talk about UFC, Netflix shows, whatever it is. We thank them. We thank you for tuning in. We love you all. Till next time.
Yes, before you cancel it, guys, just please be mindful of everyone. Just be respectful. Wear your mask. Be safe. No matter what the news tells you or anything about politics or if we should be out or whatever. Just there is a virus out there. We can't disagree on that, and it is unsafe. So just be respectful and mindful and wear the masks and do whatever we have to do and just be smart no matter what the news tells you, because the news is, how do I say this about the news? Because we're a part of the news, we're part of it. It's us, but just do what you think is right. Now there's a virus, and just be smart.
The sooner you guys do that, the sooner we'll be able to go out and just get back to normal to things.
Yes, because Melo wants to drink his mimosas and be out brunching.
Dude, Mimosa Pappy wants to come out and have a great time.
All right. With that, say goodbye to say our bye, Melo, and then we're out of here.
Later, fans. Have a good time. Subscribe to us, Cine Sports Talk. I'm at DJ Mello 540 on all platforms.
At Align LZO. This is 4 quarters.
Thank you.